That's right. You could be in the Hall of Fame and the world would know your name. Good evening and welcome to Personality Profile here on Joy 99.7 FM. I'm Lexis Bill, and in the next hour, you'd enjoy this conversation. So please sit down, relax, grab a bottle of something, a glass of something, you know what I mean, and relax and enjoy this conversation coming up. When I take my seat on Thursdays, it means we've got amazing people here to talk to and learn about their journey. And today I've got a brava in the studio. I'm excited about this journey. I'll tell you a story. So, almost 20 years ago, on the 17 Ellis Avenue in Ishiasu, Kumasi, I'm sure you probably want to put that in your Google Map to find out, okay, where exactly is that and what's happening there? Well, actually, I'm talking about Capital Radio. That's where it's located in Kumasi. So, I hosted the drive time show on Capital Radio. We called it Home Stretch Bumper to Bumper. Among my colleagues was a gentleman that I truly admired. Yeah, for a number of reasons. First of all, he drove a distinctive Mercedes. I mean, one that I secretly wished that I owned that. But it wasn't just the car that caught my attention. It was his sharp, well-tailored suits, his ever-cheerful smile, and above all, his brilliance behind the microphone. Oh yeah, action point. It was a masterclass in intelligent, balanced, and insightful radio presentation. No doubt. Fast forward, almost 2 decades later, I get to sit across from that same gentleman. This time as the managing director of one of Ghana's oldest state institutions. Yeah, tonight on Personality Profile, we meet a man whose story beautifully blends law, pharmacy, leadership, and the love for the microphone. Oh yeah, from his early days behind the console as a radio host to shaping young legal minds, teaching law in the classroom, and now steering one of Ghana's oldest state institutions, the Ghana Publishing Company Limited. He's worn many hats, and trust me, he's worn them pretty well. From very humble beginnings in Achimewisa to becoming a respected lawyer, broadcaster, and entrepreneur. He's a graduate of Prempeh College at KNUST. He served as head of chambers, Datsun and Associates, hosted very influential radio shows, even at some point on this multimedia platform at Love FM with Decision 2020. He founded Orbit Plus Pharmacy as well. Earlier this year, in February, he was appointed by His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama to lead the Ghana Publishing Company as Managing Director, driving bold reforms to modernize this state-owned enterprise. Nana Kwasi Boatey Esq is my guest.
You're too generous. You took 3 minutes to address me in ways I've never heard anybody do.
No,
Call me Seshama.
you deserve it, bro, man. You deserve it. Charlie. Congratulations and welcome, man.
Thank you, man.
I'm so happy to see you again. You have no idea.
Trust me. I can't. There's no way I can hide it. I remember always coming. I used to come after you.
Yes.
And sometimes when you're sitting a little bit, and before the news will come.
Yeah.
After the news, you come and play some 15 minutes before I come.
Yeah.
And the man is not Masa Otamasu. The man is doing LPMs, Masa Otamasu.
Charlie, so good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
My first question though is, where is that Mercedes?
Actually,
you remember that car?
I do. That was my first Mercedes, man.
My goodness.
It was an E-Class. It was the sports.
Yeah.
It was AW 110, I think, W. I sold it somewhere along the line.
You sold that car?
I did sell it.
Listen, there were two cars. I've only admired two Mercedes in the world. Yeah? Mm-hmm. There was yours. Mm-hmm. And there was the one Kwasi Asise drove.
Oh, that one.
That one, yes, that one.
I'm sure you will love the one I drive now.
Oh my! I want to see that. Oh man, so good to see you. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing? You're looking so good.
And you look so well. You haven't aged one bit.
I don't know. Maybe we both took some
I know,
immortality
right?
pills.
Yes. You should tell us where it is. But anyway, I need to first of all congratulate you on your appointment as MD of Ghana Publishing.
Thank you.
I'm sure
very
you're
much.
excited about that.
Well, I'm not sure because you see, I'm very adventurous. But what is publishing? I mean, I was thinking, how the hell did I end up here?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to start from scratch.
Yeah.
What does it even mean?
Wow.
But the president said, well, that's why I'm sending you. Go
So
and
you
fix
have to
it.
go and fix it. We'll actually get to the journey, but I'm curious about you and the microphone. I still long for a day there where I could see you behind the microphone doing your thing again. I don't know whether you miss your days behind the microphone.
Oh, I do. I really do. You see, radio was what was a livelihood for me. I came to depend on it, not because I was born loving it. For me, I got into radio out of necessity.
Okay.
I needed to survive. And so, first radio I was on was Radio Link on the Polytechnic campus.
Okay.
And I used to host the morning show.
I see.
Right now, when you're a student and you're hosting the morning show, it means you're missing all the first morning lectures.
Absolutely.
and I was studying pharmacy technology. That was a very serious course. You're wearing a lab coat. People are going, and I'm sitting in the in the radio. My mates all thought this guy is not serious.
Yeah.
But the point was that without that radio, I wouldn't feed the next day.
Wow.
Yeah. So for me, because of how radio built me, leaving was hard.
I didn't know this part of it.
Let's go and start from Achimerisa.
I'm surprised, bro. And I can relate to the story because at the time I used to host Drive Time on Capital Radio. I was still studying at KNUST as well.
You were?
So I would also miss all the lectures from the afternoon because I would be on radio shouting and screaming.
And people thought, okay, because of the way we are cited on radio, they thought, oh, these ones, they are not serious. You're just having fun at the expense of lectures. Wow. You have no idea.
I see.
Yeah. So I miss it. Why did you think I came back in 2020? That was 10 years after I had left to come and host Decision 2020 on Love.
You missed being...
I missed it.
Wow.
I missed asking those questions.
Okay. Now let's go back to Achimerisa. That's where you were born.
No. I was born in Adeso. Adeso is a town from Nsawam to Esamankese.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, somewhere in that enclave in Eastern region.
Okay.
So where my daddy comes from. And so that's where I was born. But not long after that, when I was 4, my mom came to live in Erisa because my mom and my dad got divorced.
Okay.
And we're telling the story, so listen well.
Yeah.
So my mom was a teacher. She brought me to come and live in Achimerisa. Well, thing is that, the divorce didn't go well. So once they separated, I didn't know where my dad was, and I was 4. So I lived with my mom in Achimerisa from age 4 till I was about 12 before I insisted on going to see my dad for the first time.
Okay.
Right. So from the time I was 4 to 12, I was the son of a single mother, a primary school teacher for that matter, who lived in Achimerisa, her hometown. And, the details will shock you. You want to hear it?
Yes. I'm curious.
Well, so my mom, because my dad wasn't there, and my mom had to, we were 3. My senior brother was in the university at the time. And my sister lived with my grandmother in Accra here. So I lived with my mom.
Who was older? Your sister was older?
Yes, I was the last.
So you're like the last born?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So I lived with my mom alone, literally. And my mom's farm was so far in the town, they call it Tumiako.
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 Wow.
And that's where we go to farm. So you imagine a 4-year-old with a mother going to farm up to 12 and beyond, but that's when it started.
Yeah,
We go all that way and come, and I lived with my mom alone.
Yeah.
So everything is me. Like,
Yeah.
she would bake bread, we're baking it together. She would make meat pie, we're doing it together. We used to, when I was younger, like 6, 7, 8, my mom would do kube toffee. I know how to do it very well.
Oh, you still do?
Sharp. Because when I'm going to school, I'll hang it around my neck. And then you sell it alongside in school, to make some bucks. So it was a pretty tough beginning, but it also taught me a lot of things. It taught me that, life can be tough, but happiness will lie within you. Because trust me, in spite of the very difficult times, I was a very happy child. In the morning, there was obviously no pipe-warm water. We barely had, the whole town covered with light. And if you want pipe water, that's the one that they used to press like this.
Yes, the one you...
So you have to go and follow a long queue to get pipe-warm water. So in the morning, for the water that we would bath with, I and some cousins in the house would walk to River Kosiko. And, River Kosiko is like walking in will be like 20 minutes and walking back will be that 20 minutes. So even if you do 4 buckets, that's 40 minutes times 4 before you get ready and go to school. Because you won't go and fetch your water and come and bath and go. You have to fetch enough for the elders in the house to get, some to bath. Yeah. So it was a tough beginning. And then... I went to Ewisa Presby Primary.
Okay.
And then
was that where your mom was teaching?
Yes, but my mom made sure she never taught me. I was never in her class.
Why did she make sure of that?
It was her policy to not have me in her class.
Okay.
One, because I was a smart boy. And if I was first in her class, they would say, "Well, we are my mommy." So I'd always go to, another class. If I'm moving to her class, she will move.
I see.
So through lower primary, because she taught lower primary.
Okay.
So class 1, class 2, class 3, she avoided teaching me, and she wasn't going to teach me in class 4. So then she reversed to class 1, which is basically where she mostly was. So. I went from Ewisa Presby Primary to Ewisa Boarding. Now, Achime Ewisa, surprisingly, had one of the oldest boarding schools for elementary school.
Okay.
And there are a lot of very big people who went there, including the Honorable Yaosafo Maf.
I see.
I've met people in places I didn't expect who went to Ewisa Boarding. Because at the time, even from Accra, if you were a stubborn boy, your parents could take you all the way to Achime Ewisa and leave you in the boarding house. And by the time you come back, you'll be reformed.
I see.
This school was established by Douglas Bensis in 1925. Now it's in ruins, but at the time it was a really good school.
Right.
So I went to Ewisa Boarding and finished in 1993, 94, and then got admission into Prempeh College.
Interesting. I mean, I'm sure throughout that primary period where you were just with your mom, of course, from age 4, I'm sure you probably had only a faint realization that your dad wasn't around.
No, my mom didn't stop reminding me whenever she was frustrated that she wasn't supposed to be doing it alone.
I see, even at that age.
Yeah, well, I mean, and my late mom, may her soul rest in peace, it was frustrating. So she would say, at some point, how it is in the village, they will insult you. They will insult you.
Do you recall how
with
she
your
say
father.
It? do you recall how she would say it?
I don't want to say it already.
No, I'm curious. I want to say it. If you can clean it up and say it.
And I'll tell you, to the extent that one day, when I was just before I went to see my dad, she was insulting me with my father. Oh, Papa, why no? Oh, no, and I was like, but why are you always talking about my father? When you met her, was I there? And I as if I was just saying it, but it
Yeah.
broke her.
Yeah.
It broke her. So she probably went inside and cried a little bit. And when she had come to me, she said that she was going to let someone take me to go and see my dad. Because I didn't even know the man. And always, when I do something, you go and use him to insult me. Or when I've not done anything, you go and use him to insult
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So that's how it was. But I was very conscious of the fact that my dad wasn't there. And I was very eager to go meet him.
What made you that eager? Was there something that happened that made you realize maybe I need that man or the male figure in my life?
Well, the truth is that my mom struggled a lot because she was a primary school teacher. And at the time, they didn't pay them that much. And I wondered why there was no daddy to take care of the bills and to be there, because I had friends who had daddies and they had a much more comfortable lives. Look, I have worn Taoto,
Yeah.
the one they make with car tie.
The car tie, yeah.
I used to have some and wear it to school. It was everything you would think of a village where a poor person has done.
Wow.
I have done before. I have bathed with Azuma blues, I've done everything.
Yeah.
And so life was crass, crude. Like, you wonder, where's your dad? Because if he was there, you would expect that there was support. So, and my mom wouldn't even let you forget.
Yeah.
So
She'll remind you all the time.
yeah, so I was very curious to meet him. Funny thing is that after I met him, nothing changed, not much. Because
He didn't come back to take responsibility and all of those?
well, my dad had other children,
Okay.
and he had built another family.
Oh.
So occasionally I went on vacations, but he concentrated more, on the families he was
Yeah.
with, and
Yeah. Were you able to build a proper relationship with him?
In the latter part before he passed, when I had grown up, yes, he
But
used
at
to
that
visit in
time, not
Kumasi, but
much.
not at the time when I was growing up.
When you look back at your childhood with all these experiences, what's that one thing that sticks out for you?
I think that, and that is the story I would tell. When I got admission into Prempeh College, this is the momentous point. This is a young guy in Achimewisa who had written BEC, believing that he would go to Akis, Akim Chowdhury Secondary School, probably be a day student and do what you call Kobewo. You go and come.
Yeah.
And then here I was. I did pretty well. I don't want to throw grace out, but I did pretty well. To the extent that you get admission to Prempeh College to study science,
Yeah.
you did well in BC.
Yeah.
But my mom didn't have money to take me. I didn't expect her to have the money to take me. So one day, we had gone to the farm. Well, within the time, she had traveled a few times. I thought, anyway, even if we were going to Aki, she would look for money. And there were places where you used to travel to go and borrow money, from people, money lenders, and pay over time. So she had traveled a few times. And when in the course of the farm, when I was weeding, just about the noon, she would call us to come and eat. Usually, some of my friends join us to go to farm, with my mother. So she called my name, so I came. And I thought we were coming to eat. Then she unwrapped her cloth and pulled out a sheet of paper. That was my admission letter from Prempeh.
Okay.
And she said she has gone to take my admission letter and paid my fees. So I won't go to Akis. I'll go to Prempeh. How? How did you pay for it? She was looking at me and smiling. I said, no, I want to know. She said she went on voluntary retirement from teaching. And she's used part of that to pay my fees because she knows I'm the future. Now, this always gets me crying.
Yeah.
Because she had just a little, and you know the difference between voluntary retirement and compulsory retirement? You're losing a lot of the entitlements you would have had if you finished that.
Yes.
And here she was, looking at all the circumstances, she decided that going to Prempeh was worth it, she will invest some of that money into my. So my school fees was 13 cedis at the time in 1994. 13 Ghana cedis today. That time it was 130,000. And maybe your prospectus and other things. And maybe she will invest the rest in her cocoa farm. How else will you appreciate a mother? And it's not like my dad was bringing a penny or anything. So it was she who had made a decision that go to school. And this was what changed my life. That was the first time I ever came to Kumasi.
Okay.
I would end up with my whole life in Kumasi. So I'm thinking, okay, if I didn't go to Prempeh, where would I have ended up?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this memory never goes away.
No, this is a very chilling story. I could actually see you tear up as you were speaking about your mom.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is probably the ultimate sacrifice.
It is.
For a mom to literally put an end to her career just so she can get enough to take her child to school.
So when we came to Prempeh, I knew, well, first of all, my mom wasn't going to make money again to come and, as a student in Prempeh, spoil me. So I was very careful.
Okay.
No funny friends, don't get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
And my mom, she was Bible study and prayer group secretary things. So we tell you, I will pray, but trouble won't avoid you if you seek for it. So when my friends do something funny, I say, you know what, my mom is praying.
Yeah.
So I was very careful,
Yeah.
and I, so I went through it seamlessly. Prempeh, no problem. Gospel singers, things.
Yeah.
Anytime we come on vacation, we had a group. Some of my friends, we do what we call. You know Nobwa?
Nobwa.
So you form a group of say 5, and today it's your turn to go and weed for you. We go wherever farm you take us. You go and take money and you take farm. We go and weed.
Okay.
The next time, if it's my turn, you all 5 come to my farm. If I go and take money, weeding contract, we go and weed. All you have to do, the host, is to provide us food. So we do it round like that.
Yeah.
So when it's my turn, we go and weed my mother's farm.
I see.
She will provide food.
Yeah.
When is my colleagues, when is their turn, they will go and take a contract and we'll go and weed. But the good thing is that I was the weak one. And even though, I'm funny and smart and all that, I'm not strong. So when we are weeding, I'm weeding, and they will go and weed and come and weed in front of me. But, we loved each other as friends. So that's how we did. And that's how, because my mom didn't have enough money to have maintained that cocoa farm. It was a big one.
Yeah.
So we did that. Anytime I came on vacation, we did that. And my friends, some of them were good. Even when I was not there, they would naturally go and weed my mother's farm.
Oh, that's
even
good.
When I wasn't there and I'd gone to school.
Yeah.
So but every vacation I would come, join her, do the farm and go back until I finished Prempeh, 1997. And you remember at the time, you weren't going to get admission into the university. You would wait another 2 years before you write an entrance exam. And, you go to the university if you got the program. So one of my aunties said, no, there is a very good program in the Polytechnic, Pharmacy Technology. At the time, they called it Dispense Technology.
Okay.
It's an HND program. Why sit at home?
Yeah.
For 2 years? You want to go and study pharmacy, start from there.
Yeah.
Even. So I bought the forms. Mama Gloria, at the time, we lived in the barracks. My uncle, then Major Srifi, he was the headmaster for the Armed Forces Secondary School there. So the wife was teaching in the Polytechnic. She, helped me to buy the forms and got admission, and I ended up in the Polytechnic.
Okay, so that's how you ended up at the Polytechnic.
Yes.
And I'm now getting the Ghana links, the link, wasn't really the
Radio
station
Link.
again, the Radio Link story,
Yes.
where you mentioned that the radio was actually for necessity.
Yes.
Because you had to literally do that to survive.
Yeah, because at the time, you've listened to the story so far.
Yeah.
So where is mommy going to get money? So you had options. Because when I was in school, my mom would always tell me, you know what, I won't get money beyond secondary school to take care of you. So make sure you get admission into a training college. There'll be a training college allowance, and you will get. And I always laughed. I never wanted to be a teacher in the first place. I'll tell her, and I'm sorry, forgive me, this is how I say it. Now, what would teach any better TV? I'm sorry. At the time, it was a joke I used to tease her with. So I was determined to do better than that.
Right.
And so the Polytechnic was something that came in good, but
Okay.
it was also a little more expensive, and there was no allowance. So I took a SNIT loan.
Okay.
But the SNIT loan, how much is it? And it doesn't come on time. My mom supported where she could. I mean, we baked bread in the house. We baked bread. We did other things. So yeah. And when I was in there, bread baking was difficult because bread baking, you have to wait for the dough to rise to a certain point.
Yeah.
You go and light the fire and all that. She couldn't do it. I used to put the bread. I would take one and go and put it next to my bed. So I sleep small and I wake up and I wash. So when it rises, I go and let the fire and start. But it was a very difficult exercise. So when I come, it's difficult for her to do.
Yeah.
So when I came to the Polytechnic, I was looking for something to do. But I was inspired by some of my cousins who were working here. At the time, on Joy and I used to, listen, Obeng, Amoako and Co. At the time, this is 20-something years ago.
Yeah.
Because Polytechnic was in, 1998?
Yeah.
Thereabouts. So
We're talking about 25 years ago.
Yeah. So I started learning radio. So every time when I'm sitting there, you don't have a microphone, you don't have anything. At the time, we used to use cassettes.
Yes.
So there was not even CD. So we used pen to set the cassette. And you have a small recorder. And you use it to play back and forth and you learn to play music consistently.
Yeah.
And you do voice training. You put this palm in this one, and you put it here. And you speak into it, and you listen to yourself. So we rehearsed that over a time.
Okay.
Until I had my first opportunity to host a morning show.
Right.
And it seemed to have gone well.
Yeah.
And over the time, I became the morning show host on that radio link, which I just started.
Yeah.
And so that is where my radio career started.
Look, this is a story that needs like a couple parts. Honestly, I'm impressed. Anyway, if you're just tuning in, though, this is Personality Profile with Lexis Bill, and today I'm spending time with the MD of Ghana Publishing Company Limited, Nana Kwasi Boatey, lawyer Nana Kwasi Boatey. You can send us a WhatsApp message on 055-1111-997. A lot of people are sending me messages as well. I think from your team as well. Ghana's coolest boss man from Sena Yeboah. That's Shina Wishi's friend. Says, yeah, Sena says you are the coolest boss man. And Ama Sarabia Edu says, that's my boss. Firm and principled. Okay. So now we've studied pharmacy technology. We are learning radio. Where did law come in?
Okay, so after radio, there was DJing.
Oh, there was DJ.
I used to follow Candyman and you remember Candyman and Wagsy.
I see.
You know Wagsy, later he became Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, right.
Yeah. And there were quite a number of us. Andreas, DJ
Andreas.
All of them.
Oh
we used
God.
to go Foxtrap, Cafe Maserati,
Kira V.
We used to play. Still then back in school. You know, so not only hosting morning show, I was also doing nightclub DJing on the side, small. Anywhere where money will come. You know.
Yeah.
But then I got my first radio job, actual radio paying job. Remember, Radio Link is just campus radio.
Yes, so volunteer.
Yeah. I got my first radio job on Invisible FM.
Okay.
That time was where now Kesben's house is. You know. So this is where I was part of the morning show, later became a talk show host. And then I went at some point to Garden City Radio and came to Capital, where we met. Law started at Capital.
At Capital Radio?
Yes.
Okay.
I would explain it to you. I was working 3 jobs at the time. I was working as a pharma medical rep. I was working as a pharmacy attendant, and I was working at Capital Radio.
Okay.
At the times why I was driving that Mercedes Benz, I had arrived.
You literally had arrived.
I had arrived. So one day I was hosting that talk show, Action Point, and I hosted the then director of EC in Ashanti region. His name is Yok Edu. You remember him? Yok Edu, very nice gentleman. I hosted him. So whilst we were having the interview and went on a break, he said, so why are you doing radio? Why don't you want to be a lawyer? And I said, well, I don't know. I mean, this is what I do. He said, no, trust me, go and study law. You'll be a very great lawyer. Because, the way you're asking me questions and the way you think is a lawyer's thinking. The thing, we brushed it aside and moved on, but the thing never left my head. So about a year later, I realized KNUSC has started law.
Yes.
And the thing kept ringing in my head, go and study law, go and study law. And to be honest, God was good to me. For the first 5 years of my practice as a pharma medical rep is when, I had bought my car and, rented a full house, which later on, I remember the first time my mom came, I was living in a full house. Had my Mercedes, another car, and she was standing there looking at me and was like, Kwasi, what does that mean? Like, because she thought I was doing something wrong.
Okay.
But it was just medical repping was good to me.
Okay.
And so I got a lot of bonuses. I worked with a company called Far East Mercantile Limited.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was an Indian company.
It's still around, eh?
Yes.
It's still around.
Yes. And they had a franchise with GSK, Glasgow Smuggling Welcome. And I started the northern sector, the whole of the northern sector.
Okay.
So I'll drive to Techiman, drive to Kentampo, drive to Sunyani, and still come back, host my show and all of that. So all of that juggling together, I decided that if I had some resources and I went to school, I'd have to stop all these plenty jobs. So I applied to KNUSC. That's just started the law.
Yeah.
We became the 3rd batch.
Okay.
And God was good. I got admission, went for the interview, and that's how.
And you were called to the bar in 2011.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I tell you the little gap there. So when I finished KNUSC in 2008, I got married in 2009.
Okay.
And came to Makola, Ghana School of Law. And then at the time when I came, the Honorable Hannah Tete had been made Minister for Trade and Industry. And my good friend, Honorable Felix Kwachi, was the assistant. But he was going to Dundee to go and do his master's. So Hannah, she had left Parliament too, so she asked me to come and become her parliamentary liaison officer.
Okay.
We knew each other, we had worked together, and so I came. So I worked at Trade and Industry Ministry when Felix left with Honorable Hannah Tete until 2011 when I was called to the bar, and I resigned.
Oh, I see.
And went to Kumasi to go and practice law.
Okay.
With the then Sir Dennis Ejay, who was in practice, now Supreme Court judge.
Oh, okay.
So he's my grandfather.
Ah, I see.
His junior Mujib was my direct pupils master. And so he trained us quite well. 3 years after, I became head of chambers of Dassin and Associate because the late Papa Dassin, who really was my friend and admired me, unexpectedly passed away.
Right.
And the family asked me to come and be the head of the chambers because he had recommended me a lot. 3 years at the bar to become head of chambers at Dassin and Associates was a big deal.
Certainly.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, thrown at the deep end of the sea, had to swim ashore.
Yeah.
The rest of the story is here.
If you had to describe this journey with one word, what would it be?
Adventurous.
Obviously, I mean, that's apt. Really apt. So, So, which of these? I know it's a combination of all these three parts: the pharma tech bit, the media bit, and the law bit. Which of these define you more as a person?
All of them. Maybe now law, because the last I'm 15 years at the bar,
Yeah.
and having practiced law intensely, very intensely, for the past 15 years. I love everything I did before. I'd go back to it. I remember I still own a pharmacy.
Right.
I still
Right.
practice, and I'm married to a pharmacist.
Okay.
So I am not out of touch with pharmacy at all. I'm still sitting here on radio, and I love the microphone, but law practice is in the end what sustained.
Yeah.
I think everything came together to make me a great lawyer. Well, if I have to boast that I was a great lawyer, or that I am.
So now let's get to when the call from His Excellency the President came for you to be MD of Ghana Publishing. What was your first reaction?
Well, when I decided, and to be fair, I had been in law practice when I left, trade and industry, and I left Honorable Hannah Tete's office. I had distanced from politics. I supported the cause of the party over time. But in this election, I had already met His Excellency, indicated that I wanted to do a lot more. So I was assigned roles in the campaign. We moved, we worked. I worked with the youth wing. We supported anyhow we could. So I was literally in transit from law practice into politics, because I was certain that once we won power, His Excellency will require me to do some work.
Okay.
And after the victory, there was all these social media buzz about appointment here and appointment here, and people will call you and ask you, "Ale, yanti with you?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm a lawyer.
Yeah.
I practice law. I'll be very happy if His Excellency finds enough people and says continue in law practice. I'm happy that the NDC is in power. Ghana needed this, and so let's wait." So it was not until one morning when my friend Felix Kwasi, who is my sector minister, called me and said, "Masa, let I ready, Meji."
Wow.
And I'm like, "Really?" And it's like, you will get a call. So wait for it.
Yeah.
So yes, then the call came. Of course, the boss called and was like, "There's something I really want you to do for me." And I said, "Anything, sir." and he said, "Yes, I want you to take care of the Ghana Publishing Company. It's a very lucrative enterprise that is not doing as well, but I know you can do it." I gladly, for me, it was the service.
Yeah.
And I mean, knowing that my sector minister was going to be Honorable Felix Kwasi, whom I've worked with, known for a long time, been friends with, I was eager, even more so, to come and serve.
When you walked into the Ghana Publishing as MD, what was the first thought that came to mind as MD about the state of the company?
Well, I was like, oh my God, where is this? You could see, literally, and I'm being absolutely honest, that the company was overstaffed right at entering there.
Overstaffed?
Heavily, because there were people walking in the corridors, standing in the corridors. Every room was literally looking filled, and yet people, were standing in the corridors. And the kube seller is in the front, peeling his kube fast. No corporate environment. I'm being honest. And I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be tough to fix, but we have to fix it. So my first impression was, okay, this place has to be put in order and made more corporate. And so when I met them, I told them, look, I think this is a sleeping giant. We're going to wake it up. It's going to start with a lot of discipline. And I had gone there the earlier day before the handing over. So then I told them, I think we will start with the president's 24-hour economy.
Okay.
And I don't see why. You have enough personnel, you have equipment, we're going to do 2 shifts right away.
So you didn't lay off anybody?
No, because I wasn't going to be able to lay off 100 people. I preferred, okay, let's do a double shift. Because I knew how passionate the president was about, creating more jobs. And I wasn't going to go into an establishment and immediately sack 100 people. How was I going to defend it to him? He didn't care whether the people were MPP or NDC. He wants Ghanaians to get jobs. And I wasn't going to start with sacking people. So I wasn't going to be able to streamline that, without doing another shift.
Yeah.
Because then the place was a chaos.
Okay.
So that is how we started a 24-hour economy. And it's been fantastic.
What's your vision for the company?
I want the Ghana Publishing Company to become one of the most ultra-modern publishing houses in the sub-region. And I'm so passionate about this. I want people to bring jobs from Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, bring it here and feel satisfied, that they came to Ghana to do their jobs. We're building it.
Look, you have a story, honestly. Francisca Chinto just sent us a message and says, this story is inspiring and must be heard. Very proud of you, Nana. Lots of messages coming in this evening. This one is from Edmunda White. It says, good evening, Lexis. I'm gaining a lot of lessons and learning from your guests. The story about the sacrifices of his mother was very touchy. Some mothers are valuable assets to the family. And Kojo Yosin, listening to us from Nalerigu, is also having a good time. So, look, your story is amazing. I wish we could actually... In fact, Kofi just sent me a message that this story deserves a part 2, and I totally agree. I mean, at some point, we need to delve into it because, look, you're a wealth of knowledge, and I wish we could explore all that. But just to wrap it up, because we're almost out of time now.
I'm looking at the time.
You know what I mean? We
that's why I'm doing a lot of...
abridged versions. Okay. What's the biggest lesson this life journey has taught you?
And I always tell my son this because he's very privileged, which worries me.
It worries you?
Well, he drives to school in a Mercedes or in a Jaguar or in a Lexus. They have to literally choose because I work hard and everything is at your beck and call. You don't get to learn anything. I am. If you call me success, I'm success made out of poverty. I am sure if I had a good family, I probably wouldn't have been, as forceful, as, enterprising, as adventurous as I was. So I appreciate the beginnings I had. It is the difficulties in life that made me, hardworking, determined. I drew a lot of inspiration from the negatives. And so I am somebody who believes that the tougher life is for you, the bigger the chance that you will succeed. The less difficult life is for you, the less you will try. And when I compare this, I kind of see it. Why is Africa poor? We are so resourced. We don't bother to work hard. Why is Asia successful? They were so deprived, they had to work hard. Even in Africa, you will see the deserts, they don't have the resources they develop. Down here, if you pass the back, you get banana to eat. No point thinking beyond the banana. So I think that, we must learn from difficult life and beginnings. It inspires a lot of success. It's why a lot of successful people have these kinds of stories to tell.
If there's any young person listening to you and is inspired by you, what would be your advice to them?
That life is built out of determination. And determination is developed by oneself. And so, even if you don't have the exposure that I have, you have to create the scenario in your mind that life can get tough. And if you don't build the shocks that will carry you through, the tough times, you won't be successful. Everybody can be successful. It is not because of the legacy you inherit. It is because of the mentality you go into life with.
Look, you're an amazing brother, honestly. I think at some point we need to find a motivational platform for you to be, impacting the youth, because this particular segment tonight has been very, very inspirational, and I have personally learned a lot from your story, and I'm sure the person listening now will say same.
I'm glad I shared it.
Thank you.
This is the first time I've actually openly shared it.
Yeah, and we're grateful.
And it's because it's you.
I'm honored, honestly. I'm
Thank
totally
you.
honored.
Thank you
I'm
so
so
much.
happy, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your journey. Congratulations. I'm just this minute from saying, oh, you've seen it all, but the best is yet to come.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
the best is yet to come. We should take a drive in the Mercedes. The
We
new
should.
one.
We should. We should. And you haven't welcomed me since I came to Accra.
So yeah,
When is that happening?
We should take
Tonight?
a trip up the mountain or something.
Anytime.
You know.
Anytime.
Yeah. that's
Anytime.
good.
Thank you, Lexis.
Thank you to Josh as well, my brother. Good to see you again. Look, this is how we wrap up Drive Time on Joy and Personality Profile tonight. Uncle Ken is already taken his seat. He would be on your radio right after the news. I'm Lexis Bill, and I've been spending time with the MD of Ghana Publishing Company Limited, Nana Kwasi Boatey, lawyer. Nana Kwasi Boatey. Thank you. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.